Actually, it's very hard to get out of the rat race mentality or the just getting by mentality, because it's two different mentalities, and it really is. Because on one hand, you're trying to literally provide or survive. You're trying to provide for either your family, or you're just trying to survive. Like if you were a student, you're in debt, first of all, because of all the student debt, and maybe you didn't get a job or whatever. And if you're like a young family, it's like you're just trying to get food on the table and pay the bills. So like coming from that place, it's actually super hard to get out of it. Like for example, I was $150,000 in debt. I could have went two ways. I could have went the direction of like, okay, get a job, get a second job, and then just like pay off the debt. Pay. I would have spent years doing that, and it would have been very, very hard to go back. Do you know what I mean? Like it would have been very hard to like go the other way. Whereas the mentality that I picked up, and this is a conscious choice. So the mentality that I picked up is focus on wealth creation. And that's such a different mentality, because instead of just heading into the rat race, going to work, sitting in traffic, going home, making dinner, going to bed, going to work, coming home, going to bed, instead of doing that, you literally have to spend a couple hours every day focusing on either learning a new skill and executing, or doing something else that makes you money, like either like a side business or a side income that makes you money. Because if you don't do that, you're always going to be in that cycle of constant, the same thing over and over again. Rat race, going to work, coming home, going to work, putting food on the table, paying bills. And you're never going to get out of that mentality, of that rat race, because you're not taking the extra time. And it's like suffering for a bit. You're not taking that extra suffering to like learn a new skill, start a business. At the beginning, you're not making money. At the beginning, you're like creating, learning, and you're not making money at the start, right? It's like a switch in your brain, and it happens in a second. It happens in an instant when you get it. And that's the thing. It just takes you a moment to get it. And until you get it, you're going to keep on doing the same thing. You're going to be like, oh, like I have to go to work and I have to pay $20 for parking for the day, and I have to do this. But that's the thing. Like somebody even told me that. I was like, oh, I don't want to go to work over there. Literally, like taking the bus would take me an hour, and driving would take me 15 minutes, but I have to pay 20 minutes in parking. That's a different mentality as well, because like, wouldn't you rather have that 45 minutes so that you could do something else and like use that time for wealth creation, rather than worry about the $20 for the parking? And like a poor mentality would be like, oh no, I can't pay that $20 for the parking. Whereas like a different mentality, like a rich mentality, would be like, yeah, I'll take that 45 minutes and I'll save it, and I'll use that 45 minutes to make money. You know what I mean? So if you're spending $20 to save the 45 minutes, you actually have 45 minutes to make some money. Like if that's what you're going to focus that time on. And that's the thing. You could make like $1,000 in that 45 minutes. So then it's like, would you spend $20 to make $1,000? Yes. But people don't get it. And that's where there's so many people, 50% of people don't even have $1,000 saving in their bank account. And that's exactly why.